Lobbying! Lobbying is the process by which interest groups apply pressure to the policy-making institutions. By policy-making institutions, we're referring to the legislative branch, executive branch, and judicial branch. Let's start with the legislative branch, which is responsible for making laws for our country. Interest groups need Congress members to write legislation that's favorable towards their interest group, and they will often write the legislation themselves and just give it to the Congress members. Interest groups will lobby numerous Congress members to get votes for legislation that is favorable towards their interest group. Lobbyists will testify before congressional hearings acting as an expert witness. These lobbyists are generally known as experts in their field. Let's look at the executive branch, which is in charge of enforcing or administering laws in our country. Lobbyists will try to sit down and persuade presidents to issue executive orders that will be favorable towards their interest group. Lobbyists will also try to persuade agencies within the executive branch to make rules that are favorable towards their interest group. Now let's look at the judicial branch, which is in charge of interpreting what laws mean in practice and if any laws have been violated. Interest groups will lobby the courts by sponsoring litigation. Sponsoring litigation is when the interest groups pay to fight issues in court. The famous Brown v. Board of Education case was actually paid by an interest group known as the NAACP. Lobbyists write amicus curiae briefs, which is Latin for friend of the court. An amicus curiae brief is written by people not directly involved in the case, but they write a persuasive essay in an attempt to influence the judge. Lobbyists also encourage grassroots activity. They encourage people to get involved, contact their legislators, and make demands. The lobbyist is participating in propaganda, trying to get the people to feel a certain way about a subject. They could be spreading information that's a complete lie, or something that's absolutely true. Go women. The lobbyists want you to speak out, call representatives so that Congress can feel the... Lobbying was unregulated for 150 years. There was chaos. I remember back in the 90s when they started to regulate. Ew. Okay, that's enough. Get off my back. Then way back in the 1990s, the government decided to start regulating lobbyists more. Lobbyists must register with the government that they are working as a lobbyist. They report who their clients are and how much money they make. Lobbyists are not allowed to give gifts to Congress members. Congress has slowed the revolving door. The revolving door is when you switch from working as a lobbyist and working as a Congress member. Lobbying is a very important function of interest group influencing our government. I'm thinking about becoming a lobbyist because they make $400,000 a year and I could use that bread. Well, I'm out. Later.